It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Little Bang Brewing Company, and it's a can of their SludgeBeast Imperial Stout, coming in at 12% ABV in a 375ml can. Independent craft brewers there. This was sent by the lovely Mick in Australia. Without further ado, they're based in 25 Henry Street, Stephanie, SA, South Australia, probably. Here we go. There we are. I can relax a little bit now. I was a little bit worried. There's a little bit of there's a bit of dentage going on the can. Now, they must have played football with the cartridge, the package that Mick sent this time. It was in a right state. I'm really pleased all the beers arrived safely. But some of these couriers, they really need to take their job seriously. This beer's come all the way from Australia. So Mick will send me a tube. Royal Mail tube. He'll fill the cans within a tube. Lots of bubble wrap in there, lots of protection. The beers made it great. I'm glad the beers made it, but you can see the tube was smashed, it was ripped and broken, but the beers made it just, I think. Look at the dents on that can. There. Anyway, apart from that, I'm concentrating too much on the packaging. I just get on with the beer review. Thank you, Mick, for sending. The reason why that kind of snapped me out of talking about packaging and Royal Mail is because even from here, the aromas on this beer are terrific, absolutely terrific. We got a 1 finger tan coloured head, a jet black beer in the glass. I've mentioned this 12% ABV in a 350ml can. Look at that. Look at that. As I rock that beer back and forth, you can see the carbonation chasing the head up the glass. Let's get the aroma. Amazing. Chocolate, coffee, caramel, maybe a touch of barrel-aged whiskey, maybe a touch of a woodiness. I'm not sure if I'm imagining it. They've probably cycled this through the malt twice, the wort, like a double mash they call it. So they get all of the beautiful mouthfeels and aromas from that malt. They put it through, they put the wort through twice. It's called double mashing. Oh, just amazing, amazing. Vanilla, bit of sweet fudge, tobacco smoke. SludgeBeast. Let's get in. Cheers. Wake me up when the alarm clock goes off. My goodness me. Stone the Crows! Stone the Crows! What a terrific, terrific beer! Oh, ho, 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 ho. Ooh. Ho, ho, ho. My goodness. Wow, where do I start? I'm gonna go with the obvious. What I always say with these beers: chocolate, coffee, caramel. To call something SludgeBeast, you really can't be kind of like, you can't really call a beer SludgeBeast if it's not like sludge. If it's not like engine oil, old engine oil coming out of a truck. I mean, some of these cars, they never have their engine, the oil changed in their cars for donkey's years, and this is like opening one of them vehicles' engines, and just this sludge is like just falling out of the bottom of the engine, and wow, that mouthfeel makes the beer. It makes the beer what it is. I'm almost speechless. I'm almost thinking I'm standing here talking complete gibberish. But you know what though? What I need to do now is pick this beer apart piece by piece. Next thing I got from the beer was this carbonation that was just somehow pushing the beer on the inside of the mouth, releasing more of that flavour. Amazing. So of course you're thinking to yourself now, it's a beer, of course it's a beer. There's carbonation. There's a rollicking bitterness on the back of the palate as I'm talking now, that just gives just sensations of tobacco smoke, as I mentioned, and bitter coffee, bitter chocolate, bitter dark chocolate, and then some sweet caramel to begin with. This is, I'm just going to come out and say it. For me, I love a big, thick, fat, bold Imperial Stout. So this is right up my street. If you're like me in really enjoying these big, fat, bold Imperial Stouts, then you're probably going to say the same thing as me if you've tried this beer, if you're in the Australia area, that I reckon I'm gonna just stand out here now and just say this is the best Imperial Stout I have ever had from Australia. I've had some wonderful Imperial Stouts, don't get me wrong. I've had some fantastic Imperial Stouts, but this is on another level. This is right up there with what I used to call the Scandinavian style Imperial Stouts, where the Scandinavians have got this wonderful way of producing Imperial Stouts where they're like this. They've got a great tan coloured head. They're big, they're bold, they're fat, it's like you've opened 50 Yorkie bars and just let them go into the beer. Dark chocolate Yorkie bars. It's thick, it's bold, it's gloopy, it's terrific. There's vanilla flavours. I'm sure there's an oakiness and a touch of whiskey. That might be the 12% ABV. Might be the 12% ABV. If it indeed isn't a barrel-aged Imperial Stout. But like always on the channel, we don't do no reading. We don't read the back of the can before. We don't do any research on the beer before we do a beer review, because I like to go in blind, just not knowing what I'm trying. So if I love it, I give off that kind of explosion of excitement to you. Terrific. Just the last time I had a really good Imperial Stout like this, like I mean up there, top drawer, I was in Sweden in August at a beer festival, the Bruskival Beer Festival, and I was having barrel-aged Imperial Stout from Other Half in New York, beers from Angry Chair, New York, no, they're not from New York, Angry Chair Brewing in America somewhere. I was just drinking amazing, the best beer in the world at this festival, and this beer deserves to be at festivals like that. It deserves to rub shoulders with the very best dark beers, Imperial Stouts, Imperial Porters in the world, as far as I'm concerned. Terrific. Terrific. Now we read the can. Back in Phil's shed was where the SludgeBeast first emerged. All we said was, why not? Why not fill the mash all the way to the top? Why not use that many specialty grains? Why not dose it with coffee, cocoa, vanilla, oak? I knew it was. I could definitely taste an oakiness in the beer. So, it's probably oak chips then. If they've dipped, it's probably oak chips that they've dipped into this beer. That's where that kind of oaky flavour comes through. Port, why not? Then we learned why not. SludgeBeast followed us to the warehouse and destroyed everything and everyone it touched. It stuck sparges, broke pumps, perplexed pallets, ruined parties, consumed souls, and now SludgeBeast has followed us here and it's waiting in this can. What have we done? Oh God, what have we done? Brilliant. Little Bang Brewing Company. Not had any of their beers before. That's up there. That is right up there. I've had, I don't know, 500. I've had 500 Imperial Stouts or Imperial Porters or barrel aged, call it what you like. I've had 500 of this type of beer before in the 10 years I've been reviewing beer on YouTube, and I can tell you right here, right now, that would be in my top 10. That would be in my top 10 best ever Imperial Stouts. Well done, Little Bang Brewing Company. I'm gonna rate it. Thank you, Mick, for sending me such a tremendous beer from the other side of the world. I'm so pleased we didn't have any kind of breakages with that can. That would have been heartbreaking if that can broke. So I'm pleased that made it. What do I say? 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.